So slight change to those playing conditions for this big final. He's off, and the Lions off to a roaring start. The first boundary of the second ball, Richards is underway. Nicely punched and timed again. Let's see how quick this outfield is here. Zorzi's putting in the long strides, but it's back-to-back boundaries. But that's a shot. Oh, the crowd erupt again on their feet. Josh Richards' entertainment here. Overpitched, and that's got the treatment once again. He's missed his mark, and he pays the price. Got something on it, and that's going to run away. It's another boundary. We're going to have a look at the umpire, what he comes up with. Leg bars is the... Oh, he's carved it. 4 more. He is finding a gap. Regularity now. On it. Straight, and a good straight shot. Ryan Rickelton only faces his second ball of the day, and it meets the full face for 4. Full again, and punched, and 4 more. Tell you what, these 2 young Lions are putting on a show for us here. That's 4 gone, 43 for none.
Another straight drive, the signature stroke of Rickelton, and he's peppered 3 of them so far in this innings. 2 short. He's just managed to hike this over the top of the mid-wicket fielder. In the end, you'll say he was in control. That is the shortest boundary this afternoon. Just Parnell into the attack, and immediately flicked off the hip for 4. Short and pulled. Excellent control. This time he's chosen the longest boundary at the Wanderers.
It is a real good surface as we watch this one. Been mistimed, but he's an in-form Rickelton, and even that makes the way to the boundary.
Straight drive, no need to run, magnificent stroke. Nobody moved. Another straight drive, this time to the left of the bowler on his follow-through straight mid-on, with all those wickets in hand.
Yeah, you just feel that Parnell will have to find an alternative way here, because bowling it up to Rickelton is not working. What I really like about him, he's looking to hit the ball down the ground. That's just the start you want in the final. Richards 35 or 43. He's slowed down a bit, but then Rickelton, he's put the foot on the accelerator. 42 of 35. And together, 85 after 13 overs, with 8 extras to the account as well.
It's gone big. Walked across the stumps, and it's just short of the boundary rope, so they're upping the ante again. Big shot. That is huge. Massive shot. Richards.
Away. Not a bad ball from Parnell. Right up there in that area, and he's absolutely crunched it. You say put the foot down, John. That's what he's...
Big shot now from Rickelton. I'll have a look at yours, and I'll play a couple of strokes of my own here now. That's a shot. Beautiful. Mid-off's up in the ring, and the minute there was a bit of width given outside the off stump, he obliges. Inside out, catch it called, but the ball's going to trickle into the boundary rope, so the extra cover, he fancies it any width given. Punch down the ground, beautifully played from Rickelton. Overpitched once again from Mpongwana, and Rickelton is all over it. Over the top again, Richards inside out. No chance for George Linde. Another beautiful stroke. Gone for the spark sweep, Rickelton. He's bowled by George Linde. In disbelief. And it's a wicket that Western Province needed.
Got himself and his team into a commanding position, perhaps try to hit it 2 square. A little bit of flight offered by George Linde. He goes for 75. The Lions 142 for 1.
Pulled onto the next side, into the gap. Hendricks joining in on the party.
We know it is so hard to contain batsmen here towards the back end of an innings.
Swept away, swept well. Well, Richards continues to march on.
Oh, George.
It's a thing of beauty, that.
Beautiful shots, inside out, over extra. Now Reeza Hendricks special.
Cut beautifully. He's managed to get the ball behind square, and another boundary.
Oh, this is excellently played, just helped along with the pace. Beautiful control from Reeza Hendricks. We talk about experience, well, there's experience on show. That's a beautiful stroke, magnificently hit through the gap for 4. Just waited on it, opened the face of the bat on the last instant. Oh, short delivery, and he's actually mistimed as it's high up. Kill and a bit of inspiration that his team has needed. So the Lions lose their second wicket here in the 33rd over and brings an end a wonderful innings.
A fantastic innings from Josh Richards, but let's take a look at the catch, because it's the bowler, Buuren Hendricks, diving to his weaker side, his right-hand side. But one thing about Buuren Hendricks, he's got buckets.
Good straight drive. He's frozen in the pose for the photographers, if there are any in the ground.
Good shot over extra, bounced it over extra, and that's racing away. That is superb, but even better in the deep. Coming back for 3, this is tight. I tell you what, that was not far away, and he's almost ended up on his grill. Slow ball, he's trying to pick it up, and he has done. Looks to have enough bat on it, rolls away for 4, so that's the man up in the ring. They've targeted it. There's the pull shot. That's it, all the way onto the banks. The kids are running off.
Almost a nothing ball. It's not high, it's never high enough. And with a batsman in form, all he has to do is really pick his gap where he wants to hit it. And he's placed it to perfection.
That's the half century. Reeza Hendricks, excellent knock. Just what his team needed at that stage. Oh, here we go. That's gone for 4. And Buuren finished off with a 6 the previous over. He gets on strike and he takes toll immediately. Flat bat, tell you what, he's given that some. He's seen the mid-on up in the ring. He walked across and fetched it. Over extra cover. That is a great shot. All the way. Picked it up. That's the danger. You miss your mark, but it bears the margins and it goes all the way. So 16 off the over, 284 for 2.
Certainly have to go the leg side route as well. Again, he's trying to cut to the north side. This time round, he managed to find a gap and will go down to the point boundary for 4.
Goes across and has already premeditated the stroke. It's up in the air. Mpongwana takes the catch. Wonderful striker of the ball. That brings up the 300 for the Lions here. Reverse sweep. He actually gets bottom edge to that and gets 4 runs. Now he's going to show his enterprise. Van Buuren.
Buuren Hendricks bowling wide at the other end, but here premeditates, fine leg up in the ring. Moreki, who's bowled with some good heat, bowls a slower ball, but not slow enough. And it almost carries all the way for 6.
Oh, that's it. Unbelievable hit. That's how I'm going to describe it. Short, wide, outside the off stump. Again, makes room and he plays a magnificent stroke. Well, I thought it was, given the fact that he's been timing the ball so well. Moreki's got the wicket, an excellently judged catch on that deep point boundary. 2 fielders converging on that. There must have been a good call. Jones, in those 14 deliveries, he's now hit 2 sixes and a 4.
Full toss in the slot, long levers, and Evan Jones take a bow.
Now Muler is playing this absolutely magnificently. I thought for a moment he split the fielders, but he's actually gone clear of the boundary. Now he's just chipped this one. Fielder under this, he doesn't need to be there. 5-6 rows up into the stand, and that was just a flick of the wrist. Full toss, and he's caught, but he's done his job for the team. They've got to 356, which was least expected for most of the innings until the last 3 overs when Jones was on fire. That's a good delivery. Quicker from Parnell. On the line, on the length. They'll run the single, the extra. And that will bring the Lions innings to a close. 358 for 5. And that coming at 7.46 runs and over.
Yeah, not pretty reading for the bowlers. 5 wickets shared amongst the top 5 main bowlers.
In the cup final, Buuren Fortuin opens, and it's Bird who's off the mark. Short delivery, well played. Oh, it's not too far from the field there, that deep backward square region, but it was short. It needed to be treated that way, and Zorzi opens his account in the cup final with a boundary. Gala into Zorzi, and he never misses out, or seldom misses out, wide outside the off stump. So ends the over with a boundary, and the score 12 without loss. Start. That's a big hit, beautifully picked up, magnificently timed. Zorzi at his best. Go.
I tell you what, Aslam, that's not the worst of deliveries, but it just shows you again the sentiment to how good this wicket is here this evening.
Of the wicket, an attractive stroke, no doubt. Edge found, and Bird's done with Sipamla's move around the wicket as work.
Got a try, and that's going to run away. Lovely fine glide from Eddie Moore. Just punched beautifully. The Zorzi. That is a cracking stroke. That's his 6th boundary now.
Yes.
Pulled away. Clean as you like. Eddie Moore. That is a cracking stroke. Maximum. Chip and go. Close, and he hits, and that's out. For me, I think that's out. Eddie Moore diving.
Going to be the last thing to check here. Think he's going to be all right. No.
That is a cracker. No protection back for Moore. As we saw earlier on, Western Province opening bowlers over pitch. They fished all day long. Carved away. That's great timing. Look at that from Tony to Zorzi. He played that so late. There's a shot. That's a beauty. Eddie Moore. Oh, another good one. Backward points in the game. Direct hit. Eddie Moore is having to get the old 20-yard sprint going this evening. He's put a dive in. This time he didn't have to.
7, the required rate is 7.8. They're in the hunt, and this will keep them in the hunt, no doubt. Another firm hit by Moore. Short ball on top of that, cuts it brilliantly. 4 runs, and he'll go to 50. A much needed 50 from a man who's been in great form. Good square leg. Siboto in again. He's playing this loose stroke. There's a fielder going under this after this one. It's well fielded. It was in, and 60 now for Zorzi. He remains the key here in the top order for the Western Province.
I've got to say it was a risky shot because he is playing it to the biggest boundary, but such is the short ball and in front of square. He goes big again to Zorzi, and he gets all of it. It's another 6.
Always look to field his own bowling. That's short, down the leg side, and helped along the way for 4.
Powerful hit from Zorzi, straight to Reeza Hendricks. Sipamla celebrates. It's a massive moment. Could it be the moment where Western Province break down?
And he's going to face on a hat-trick as well. This is the reason why he's there. There's almost absolutely nothing Hamza could do about that.
Has he put it down, Ryan Rickelton? Did it get the outside edge? Might have got a little tickle. Oh, it is an inside edge onto the back leg by the looks of it. Yeah, no chance that Rickelton could have grabbed that.
And Eddie Muler, he's hit that up the screws. He's hit it a long way. It is through to sort the boundary, but that's the length you don't want to be bowling on this surface.
Goes for the reverse sweep. Wow, a nervy stroke there. And I tell you, we've seen some good cricket today, but in the crowd, we have seen some butterfingers. This man was guilty of putting down 2. Oh man, well, no one's signing him up for the SA20.
Save the goal, what are you talking about?
This one, he ran into it. And he came flying in. You gotta steady yourself.
Carved away. Really good looking stroke. Coming back for 2. Good running, good anticipation. Impressive numbers those, 2,000. Powerfully hit. That's a top shot, that's 4. Really needed that boundary to release a bit of pressure.
Right, he's
Over mid-off, wonderful shot. He just opens up that front footer touch and there's a wonderful area to pick up the boundary.
offside.
That is a big shot. That's dismissed from his presence. That is a top shot. Smith with a boundary. There's a big shot, it's hard. Fielder's getting under it. Oh, he's put it down. Can you believe it? Reeza Hendricks has put it down. You would never think he'd put something down. He's got wonderful hands.
Siboto forcing. Moore's trying to go big. He hits it high, and Reeza Hendricks has got always very safe hands. Fumbles that one out.
Captain said, sort it out for us there. Oh, has he timed it? No, he hasn't. He's in and he's out. Reeza Hendricks has only taken a couple of balls. Tell you what, Fortuin, he's pumped. There's all smiles now. It wasn't a few moments ago, but he's made it right. He's off spinner. Moore's tried to reverse slap this one. Oh, I tell you what, has he got another one? Yes. Yes, he has. What's going on? It's a reverse sweep, and now they've got 2 new batsmen at the crease. The Lions are loving it. He's gone for 24. Province now, 218 for 5. Hit firmly, placed well. This quick outfield, and that's 4. That's ridiculous timing. Towards a short boundary, and bowler frustration. 9 off the over, 228 for 5.
Interesting phase. This is cross-bedded. It's a cloud high up in the air, and a wonderful attempt from Evan Jones running across.
Yeah, fortunately for George Linde, he didn't get all of it. Ring.
That's a beautiful flick from the tall Mpongwana. What a magnificent hit over backward square leg boundary for 6. Full shot played. That may have gone for 6. And the fielder running towards the boundary is signaling to the umpires. They'll wait for confirmation from the TV pictures. Here's that angle from, and there that looks like it's hit. And there's the confirmation. Just a good batting and bowling. Oh, he's gone for broke here. He's high up in there. There's a field out under this one, and the catch is taken to penetrate those gaps that are on offer.
This time he's placing it in the gap. And they're going to get back for 2 quite easily.
Sipamla is looking for his 5th. Will he find it on this occasion? Yes, he will. A brilliantly judged catch. This was clearly the plan between the batsmen in that short mid-wicket confidence that they did have. Sipamla celebrates in the final 5 wickets. They called a wide, and in fact it's going to be 5 wides. The ball spun away from Rickelton. Maybe just stood up a little too early, expecting the ball to bounce into his gloves. That's a good clean hit from Buuren. Hendricks. He's lifted this over deep mid wicket for 6.
He can fancy himself.
Oh!
He does, but Reeza Hendricks win a bit. Oh, as I'm saying it, Dom Hendricks almost dummying.
Welcome drink for the 5 wicket man.
Yeah!
Playing around the corner was Buuren Hendricks, looking for the single to give strike to the big man Linde, and it means that with that wicket, Reeza Hendricks picks up his 3rd.
Oh, he's gone over extra cover. Fielder's coming around. Short. That is a wonderful effort. They come back for 2. Sprawling. They're now important. The wicket of George Linde is here. It's the game. He goes straight. Long off coming into picture. Out. That is the moment. Right there. Malusi Siboto. Relief. The fielders have taken their catch of his bowling finally. We've seen a few big wickets being put down of his bowling.
High pressure catch, you got to say, from Mitchell van Buuren. Ball was in the slots, got to say, and it looks like he just lost it.
Chipped, and he's got him. Sisanda Magara takes the final catch. Malusi Siboto takes the final wicket. The stumps, good on him. He's taken the most wickets in the competition. You better get it back. Someone else is going to get it. And the dancing and the celebrations are ongoing. The fireworks are going. DP World Lions, CSA One-Day Cup champions again. There's a look at the batting order. 88, 82 with Zorzi and Muler, the standout. But other than those 2, they needed someone to get a big 100. One of those 2. And then we need some contributions a bit lower down the order. But Sipamla, 2 wickets in a row. And Reeza Hendricks, 2 wickets in 1 over also put the pressure right back on 6-gun girl Western Province, who weren't able to recover. A last-ditch effort from George Linde at the very end to try nip victory. But they fell short in the end.
Yes, but not a lot of partnerships. You've got to say, the one from Muler and Tony de Zorzi. You felt that the game was in play. They've set themselves up, but the following wicket with Hamza, that's where the rot kind of started. And a big wicket is Hamza. The momentum lost a bit, but they did try with Daniel Smith, with Eddie Moore. But when that partnership was broken, things started to fall apart. And unfortunately for them, not a lot of good partnerships. But when you look at the bowlers, it's been a tough day for the bowlers. But the likes of Fortuin, anything under 6 runs to the over in this particular surface today has been sensational. Not a lot of wickets, but the man for the day, Lutho Sipamla, 5 wickets for 71. Yes, expensive, but taking crucial wickets. And of course, career best wickets in a final.
And there's the summary of this terrific game, a final. This is a very fine match to close out the One-Day Cup. DP World Lions batting first, 358 for 5, 2 overs short. The rain delayed from the beginning of the match. 94 from Richards, excellent from him. Rickelton and Reeza Hendricks, so solid this season with bat in hand. And then Western Province falling short in the end by 62 runs.